Oh, hello there, friends.
Hello, hello, hello.
How's everyone doing this lovely Sunday morning?
I got some caffeine.
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
I woke up 2 hours ago. I'm doing great.
You
I
East
also
Coaster.
I also woke up 2 hours ago, but 3 time zones over.
Exactly.
Same here.
No. Yeah, welcome everyone to the first episode of Talks Between Takes. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us, spending your Sunday morning / early afternoon / other time, depending on where in the world you are with us. Yeah, want to give a couple quick shout outs before we begin. First of all, want to call out our lovely moderator team. Thank you guys. We appreciate you helping us so much with this. Hopefully you're not gonna have to work too hard, but chat, put quick W's in chat for our mods. We really appreciate them coming through and helping us out.
We'll pay them in imaginary boba.
Yeah, we'll pay them in whatever currency we can easily get our hands on that is imaginary.
So Bitcoin?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna pay them exclusively in Dogecoin.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Oh,
Let's
yes.
go.
Yeah,
I actually have a physical Dogecoin. I'm like,
Okay,
it's
well, then
weird, like this
okay.
copper.
We can't pay them in cryptocurrency. Then we'll find something else. Yeah. Secondly, want to give a huge shout out to 2 extremely talented artists who have helped us. Well, actually 3. So the background was done by the amazing Gwenifred, who helped us out. Huge thanks to her. It looks incredible, and I'm super, super happy with it. And then huge shout out to Pally, who did these amazing gift tubers that are getting debuted right now. And then I want to give a final shout out to Dalgona, who helped us with some of the channel art. Really appreciate all you guys. And if you guys are creators or ever need art, those are 3 incredibly talented artists who you should consider working with.
Hell yeah. We have their information is in the about bit right below this stream if you want to check out their stuff.
Yes. I did not know artist badges existed, Pally. I will get on that.
No. Make sure to give one to Gwen, but not to Pally. Just for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. I got it, bro. I got it.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. No worries. Yeah, also, obviously this is our first time doing this. If something's not working, if people are low or high or whatever, just drop it in chat. Let me know. Hopefully this is all working well. But if you see any mistakes, either drop it in chat and our mods will pick it up, or feel free to shoot me a DM. But yeah, really appreciate you guys all coming out. Okay. Before we sort of get into it, I'm going to explain a little bit about the structure of how we're going to do this. So the way we've decided this podcast is going to work is the first half is going to be sort of shorter segments. This original one is sort of get to know us segments where we're going to delve into our real lives, how we got to where we are, where we started, things like that. In between, we'll have sort of lighthearted breaks that are questions like, what's your coffee order? Or like, what's your go-to drink at a bar? And then for the second half, we're going to do what's called a deep cut. And so this is where we're going to kind of slow down. We're going to hit a topic really deep. We're going to get more serious about what we're doing here. And yeah, we're going to really like deep dive into a single topic. And that topic for today is navigating family relationships. So
We should introduce ourselves as people.
Sorry, what was that?
We should say hi, who we are.
Oh yeah, we'll get there,
Cough,
man.
cough.
You're not important, man. You're just here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
My God.
No. Yeah. We're gonna do intros. Don't worry about it, man. I'm just trigger warning people, okay? Like
All right,
could get real when we talk about family. If that's a topic that's sensitive to you guys, when we get there, feel free to drop out or just make sure you're protecting your boundaries and sort of doing what you need for your mental health. Okay, well, let's start. Who the fuck are we, guys?
I don't know. Who are you? Why are we here? Why did we end up here? Why are we drinking coffee together? And what are you putting in your coffee? Actually, Lore, what are you putting in your coffee that you keep
Hey.
pouring into?
Hey, you don't ask a man what he's putting in his coffee. That's extremely insensitive, but it's absolutely whiskey.
Oh yes.
Good man. Good man.
Yes.
What are you drinking out of that cup? Is it coffee? Is it like LED fluid? Like
Yes, it is the green liquid known as matcha.
Okay.
And apparently I'm drinking it through a USB cord because I have no mouth. Which is a pretty cool thing that Pally and I discussed because like my character doesn't have a mouth. We were like, how can we get the character to drink a liquid? So having the USB cord was a really nice pick, and I love the way it turned out.
Yeah, it looks so fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. What about you, Nomad? What's in the mug?
Oh, see, I'm just a black coffee guy. I don't even mix my coffee with like whiskey or anything. Those are kept separate for different enjoyments.
Oh,
Black,
oh.
straight black coffee all the way.
I will also say, like, you have like a mug. Like, that's a big fucking mug.
I actually, when Pally was doing this, I sent a physical picture of a mug that I own. I was like, I want this because it's my morning mug, and apparently
Ah.
I have to have a morning mug because I'm a fucking child or something. I don't know.
Man, how many?
Almost
how
like
many
you're a coffee
ounces-
enthusiast.
Yeah.
That one's actually not as big as you think. It's this kind of chunky stoneware. It's really only like 8 or 12.
Interesting. Okay. Well, yeah, that's smaller than I would have thought. Maybe you just have tiny hands.
Yeah. I love how your pinky doesn't fit in the ring of the cup. You gotta do that. So I'm drinking coffee and sticking your pinky in the air.
You want to know the worst part about that?
Well, what's up?
When Pally did the art, at first I was like, I hate the way that pinky looks. So I was like, hey, can we just not have the pinky in there? And she was like, okay, sure. And God love Pally, because she entertains my bullshit for some things. So she took the pinky out, she did the animation, I looked at it, it looked like I had a claw gripping the mug. And I was like, so remember how I told you to take that pinky out? She's like, yeah, you want it back in, don't you? I was like, yeah, probably. And she was like, yeah, I knew you'd need it. I was like, then why didn't you just tell me? She's like, because you wanted it out. Like, you know I'm bad at this. Stop fucking giving me any sort of power. You're the artist. I'm a jackass.
Honestly,
That's
so
great.
true. So fucking true. I know.
It's
I was-
voice acting. I can be good about that. If it's coffee, I can be good. When it's art, don't listen to me.
Yeah. To be fair, I was like in my original art, I gave Pally a suggestion and she did it. And I was like, Pally, like, please fix this because you're definitely better at this than I am.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The amount of times I have done that with Pally, where it's like, hey, can we try this color scheme? Sure, we could try it. And then like I see it, I'm like, holy hell, that's terrible. And she's like, yeah, okay.
God. It's
TLDR.
almost like I know like color compliment, which is why I came up with the pink shirt. And I didn't give Pally a hard time at all. At
Wow.
all. I'm the best out of the three of us, obviously.
Yeah.
And the
clearly.
most wholesome.
Clearly. Okay, well. All right. Let's see as we get deeper into this podcast who's the most wholesome. I have a strong feeling it's not gonna be you. Well, all right, guys. Let's jump into it. Obviously you guys know Nomad and Vogue from the characters they play, from the tales they tell, or the personas they adopt. But here in this podcast, you're going to see a bit the men behind the masks. Here, you'll hear us raw, unfiltered, obviously. Honest conversations, the kind that usually happen after the recording stops. So let's get into it, guys. We're gonna start with a bit of a meet your podcasters, and we're gonna talk about all of our favorite topics. What were we like when we were little kids? Like, what was our life like then? Who were we, and how has it kind of shaped who we are now? So let me start up asking a question. You guys obviously have very cool jobs now, both inside of the VA community and outside the VA community. But when you were kids, what did you actually want to be? Like, what was your dream job?
As a side note, Dom, you gotta turn up your mic a little bit.
Okay, let me fix that.
All right. You want to go first, Dom? I mean, yeah, Dom. Since you asked the question, we'll play the reverse card.
Yeah. Okay.
No, you.
Yeah, I'll turn myself up while you guys are going. But when I was young, I mean, look, if you guys know me, you know that I love money. I love it so fucking much. So when I was young, I wanted to be a stockbroker. I grew up right outside of New York. I was born in the city. And for me,
Wait, as a
like,
child, you wanted to be a stockbroker.
yeah,
A
yeah.
child.
You
Oh
know
my
what?
god.
Yes.
You freaking weirdo.
It maybe explains a lot about me, but so we would live in the city and I would take the subway, and my father worked in IT back in the day. So he's, kind of a nerd, a lovable one, but kind of a nerd. And he would wear these like terribly fitting polos and these horrible khakis. My father has no sense of style, God bless his soul. And then we would be on the subway down near Wall Street, and you would see these like very like handsome men in these, this was the 90s. So they had like the big ties and like the briefcases, and I was like, Dad, like, why don't you dress like that? And he was like, I don't need to. But yeah, those guys would like flash their money with their like fancy cars and their nice watches, and I was like, yeah, I want those things. Like, let me go be a stockbroker. Fun fact, I actually interned at Goldman Sachs after college, and those are by and large fucking horrible people.
Yeah.
And very quickly cured me of the desire to do that. What about you, Bog? What was yours?
Oh. So I saw this question when you were prepping it, and I did a little bit of thinking, and it's like, what the heck did I want to be as a kid? Because I feel like being me as a kid was so long ago, I can barely remember it. You know how you feel like you go through like 10 different lifetimes if you do like 10 different careers or 10 different paths? Yeah, like I barely remember what being a kid was like, but I'm really just coming up blank, actually.
Really?
Yeah, the reality is like as a kid, I had no aspirations. I didn't give a damn. I wanted to like go run around, play some games, punch some trees. I don't know. Yeah,
that's what you wanted to
I
be.
was just being a
Tree
child.
puncher.
Yes,
Man,
yes, it'll be like
free Minecraft. Holy shit!
That's amazing.
Yeah, it just did nothing. Like nothing. Like, what do you want to be in the future? Huh? What is the future?
What you were a child with zero aspirations.
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty wild. So Vaughn wanted to be a professional wild man. What about you, Nomad?
I mean, kind of actually similar, but I don't know. When I'm kind of the same, where I don't remember like a lot of what I wanted to be as a little kid. I'm sure like the dumb shit answers, like I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a Jedi, I want to,
Jedi,
all the things kids say. But I do remember when I was like, it came out in 2000 or 1999, so I was just about 10 or 11 years old. And this too much of this movie has influenced my personality IRL, but the movie The Mummy came out with Brendan Fraser, Rachel
Oh,
Weisz, and all that.
oh, a bisexual's dream. All
Oh
those
God,
hot people.
100%, 100%. I know why I am the way I am because that man is gorgeous. But I genuinely was like, yo, but archaeology looks really cool. Like, I love the idea of exploring and finding like lost civilizations and all that. So
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
longest time, I actually wanted to be an archaeologist. I got a little
Ooh.
I was actually on that track until I got a little derailed in college, but that's a story for a longer discussion about, the unfairness of academia.
Well,
Hmm.
so okay, instead of a sexy archaeologist, a wild man punching trees, and a stockbroker, what do we actually do now?
See, when you say it like that, and then I give my real job, it's just real
Right?
disheartening. I need you to know. Like, it
Right?
hurts me in my soul.
Yeah. Well, I'll start because I actually landed pretty close. I am not
Good
a
for you.
stockbroker.
You saw the dream and you went for it. Money.
Yeah, yeah. I am not a stockbroker, but I work in mergers and acquisitions, which is basically the closest thing to it. So I landed pretty close in the end. No regrets. I know it's not for everyone, but if you want to chase that dollar bill, get into finance.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean it's a little bit oily, it's a little bit gross, but like, you know, your bank account is like a towel. You can just rub over the grossness when you.
Oh my! With a big enough bank account, you can cover anything.
Oh yeah, you're that warm blanket that gets all that gross finance oil off.
Those
Um,
bad
I
feelings
didn't
here.
realize-
Take a dollar bill.
I didn't realize we were podcasting with Jeff Bezos. This is awesome. I love
okay,
this.
okay, okay.
Crazy.
I do want to say, like, I am not like 1%er. Okay, not even close. I live a comfortable life in a good city, but I work for the truly. I'll tell a quick anecdote here. Back when I lived in LA, I worked for a guy. He was an SVP at a Fortune 500 company, and we were working like nights and weekends, and he was like, why does it take you so long to get to Manhattan Beach, which is like a very nice, like on the water. It's sort of right below Malibu and oh my god, why am I blanking on Santa Monica? There you go. And I was like, yeah, I can't afford to live there. And he's like, oh, do you want to stay in one of my houses? And I was like,
What?
I was like, I mean, yes, but also I kind of feel like that I'm like a live-in servant, and I don't want to do that.
Dom's a taken man.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my little apartment in Koreatown. Thank you very much. But then he was like, oh, he's like, why don't you just buy a house in Manhattan Beach? And I was like, you know how much you pay me, and it is not Manhattan Beach house level. Like, you want to quadruple my salary? Sure, I'll go live in Manhattan Beach, and like, I'll have a $45 burger for lunch. But until then, like, I'm gonna stay where I can get $15 food. What about you, Vog?
Oh man. Well, I think okay. If we're talking about what most people know already is like, content creation and stuff like that, and I've been, steadily working on making that a full-time thing for the most part, and it's been starting to pan out the way that I would like it to.
Damn.
But if we're talking about like outside of it, because this podcast is generally about outside of it, and I don't do that often. At a certain point, it's become like once a year thing. But I work in the production department for Hollyweird, whether it's film or TV. Done a lot of. I'm not about to like list IMDb stuff out here, but it'll like, because that'll become too easily doxable.
Stuff you'll recognize, though.
Yeah, a decent amount of stuff that people would recognize, that people have watched. And I've done that for the past, I want to say like 7 to 10 years ish.
Who is the least horrible famous person you've ever met?
Oh, ooh, least horrible.
Well, I mean, I'm just imagining.
Let me think.
Despite the fact that we've been
Oh,
friends
oh.
for like 5 years, you've never introduced me to a famous person, but I have to imagine a lot of them suck.
A lot of them do suck. Okay, maybe not the least horrible, but the person that would surprise you as not as bad as you think, Paris Hilton.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, not as bad as you think. There's still like a lot of like spoiled moments where you're like, I've been to her place and there's like, tons of dogs in the back and they're all named after crypto. And they just like they have like a like 3-story like mansion dog house, like the size of but they just sit back there. You know what I mean? So there are moments where it's just like, okay, you're super spoiled, you live, the glitz and glam, but there are moments where you're just like, oh, she's not as bad.
Yeah.
Like as you think she is.
That's fair.
Mhm.
What about you, Nomad? What do you do for a day job outside of content creation?
So, outside of content creation, I went the other way. If you want to chase the dollar bill, go sales. And if you want to be really slimy about it, you can make a shitload of money.
Mm-hmm.
I try to balance as best I can. I need to sleep at the end of the night, but I work in. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say a fellow capitalist. I love it.
I mean, listen, I believe in everybody's inherent right to be successful. I do. I just believe that, with that comes some responsibilities. But off that topic for a moment, no, I work in the coffee industry. I've been working in the coffee industry, believe it or not, since I was actually about when did I start? 15.
Wow.
And weirdly enough, I've also been working for my dad since I was about 15 because he was running an office in Clifton, New Jersey, and he needed somebody to clean it, and they couldn't get a cleaning crew in because it was too damn small. So I became his cleaner, and I've been in the coffee industry pretty much ever since. And now I work representing coffee roasters and machine manufacturers, water filtration outfits. I'd bet you a nickel that if Dom, when you go into the office, there's a good chance one of the coffee machines you have in one of the break rooms is mine.
Ooh.
Almost certainly. Actually, we have espresso machines at work. So
wait, hold on. Do you have like high-end espresso machines, or do you have like Nespresso?
So the building has a coffee bar that has like a full espresso machine. But actually, I was gonna ask, how do you feel about espresso machines at home? Like, worth it, not worth it?
Oh, okay. I am gonna say right here and now, do as I say, not as I do. I have one. I've got a Gaggia Classic on my counter. It's sitting next to the world's worst coffee I fucking hate. I'm so stupid. I bought a coffee grinder because it was from a brand that I really like, and I'm like, I know your stuff. It's usually really good. It's ass. It's so bad. Don't buy the Fellows coffee grinder. The little tubular one. Just don't fucking buy it. It's bad. It's so bad. If you're going to go down the espresso at home route, one, you're gonna spend money. I need you to know you're gonna spend some money. Two, every espresso machine that I've ever seen for the home, except for one, is extremely finicky.
Yeah.
And it's going to be work. So it's a labor of love. Honestly, if you want espresso at home, but you don't want to do the work of grinding, tamping, dosing, and everything that comes with making espresso in the morning, just get yourself an espresso. The Nespresso is actually a pretty solid piece of equipment. I don't have a problem with that. Like, I know a bunch of people have. It's great. I'm a bougie bitch, and I'm going to be buying a new grinder soon because I hate the fucking grinder. I'm gonna get that shit on my tombstone.
Those nice grinders that could do buy grain are actually shockingly expensive. I was like, this feels like it shouldn't be that expensive because it feels like it's basically just a blender, but no, it really is.
No, okay. The cheapest, I would say, good coffee grinder out there is probably $200 if you're doing if you're doing just like your standard drip coffee, go buy the $60 Cuisinart. I've had one for a decade now. It's a tank. I love it. It does everything I need for a standard drip coffee. If you want espresso, $200 at the minimum is what you're going to spend.
I will be honest. I drink cold brew only with oat milk. I am like the most basic of bitches.
Okay, but if you're making your own cold brew, you can still get away with the $60 Cuisinart or
Nah.
the 50 whatever it's costing.
I
Because you just need a course of grind.
I pre-buy, bro. I'm too lazy.
I work for a coffee roaster. I haven't bought coffee in probably a decade.
Damn.
So you're gonna ship us all coffee.
Yeah.
Yes, I
What I'm
say the
hearing.
word.
Oh,
You tell me where I will. I have said
Okay.
this to everyone. When JC told me he was a pumpkin spice freak, I was immediately like, say the word. I'll send you the best pumpkin spice you've ever had.
Ooh.
I don't hate pumpkin spice. It makes me a shitload of money every year. I love pumpkin spice. I'm just gonna say it. You want your candle coffee? You drink your candle coffee.
Let me
Yes.
let me talk to my partner and we'll get back to you on our exact specifications of coffee.
I got you. I got you, baby. Don't worry.
Oh god, wild. All right, let's go back to when we were young. Obviously, you know, from where we wanted to start and go to where we are now, I feel like there's always something like when you're young that it's like I want to call it a rock in the road, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. That basically takes you and sort of points you in a certain direction, whether that's where you ended up now or not. What was something when you were young that you feel like defined you, like a moment or an event or a mentor who really helped shape your direction as you went sort of from those childhood years to those messier teenage, early 20s years?
Okay.
Damn, are we getting to the deep cut already?
No, man. No, this is, yeah, I mean, yes,
wait.
always, but.
Would it be terrible if I said that? Because you said mentor, and there are two individuals that I have actually always tried to emulate in my personal life,
Mhm.
but they're both fictional characters.
Okay.
Oh,
And who are they?
Okay.
One everybody in the world knows, and honestly, you should. It's Uncle Iroh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Try to just be
Yes.
Uncle Iroh, and you're probably gonna land at being a good person.
Yeah.
The other
Absolutely.
being Aragorn from Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
yeah. That's a really good one.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I
That's
watched that
great.
movie and I'm like, wait a minute. This dude, one, he's getting to get with the like hot elven princess. Like, okay, dope.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But strong, fair, kind, generous when he needs to be. Like, hold on. This dude's awesome. Why can't I just be him?
See, I'm actually more of a Gimli lover from Lord of the Rings
Ooh.
because Gimli is fucking grumpy but has a great heart, and that's the
Oh, he
energy
does.
I try
I
to
love
channel.
I love Gimli. He's so much fun.
Yeah, and also his fucking bromance with Legolas makes me laugh every fucking time.
Oh,
He's like, you grumpy fucking elf, but like I fucking love you, man.
I'm gonna start out being a bigot in the beginning, and just we should never trust these pointy-eared fucks. And then by the end of it, it's, what if we built a ship and sailed away together? Hmm?
Oh
I
my
think it was a good
God.
idea.
What if we have such a close man friendship that people are gonna ship us like on AO3?
When our end times come, the three of us have to get together. We have to build a ship and we have to sail to the Undying Lands
Yeah.
together. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Why does-
yeah.
Why does it sound like you're describing Dom and Mai's friendship right now?
I mean, hey, you know what? I mean, you know, we could do. I mean, I fucking love Lord of the Rings. Like the three of us, man, we could do Lord of the Rings recreation. Let's get some fucking cloaks. Let's get some lambda spread, and let's fucking go.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love this energy. Let's do it.
All right, so Aragorn and Uncle Iroh, those are honestly solid. Probably two of the best fictional characters to have mentors from. What about you, Boggy Boy?
Ooh. Okay. If we're talking about mentor, I had a mentor when around time I was like 19 to 23. I was kind of in a direction that was like I feel like it links up with someone who had no aspirations to end up kind of nowhere. And during that time, not really have still maintaining this like not really aspiration. going from that to like, oh, I gotta make rent to, oh, I gotta find a roof. Kind of those transitions happening quite often during my like early 20s. But it was this one guy who obviously will remain nameless, who was like an older man, and he like kind of saw this kid screwing up a lot, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to stay with me? And do you need help going back to school? Do you need help finding a job? Do you need like some sort of direction?" Like, and really just kind of held my hand in a lot of years that I didn't know what to do with myself, and didn't know how, even if I wanted to do something, right? Like sometimes the world can be so overwhelming that you just uh, kind of are frozen where you are and you're stuck just trying to survive as opposed to live. But yeah, I give a lot of props to him. He unfortunately passed away in 2013. But I actually, to this day, I wear a necklace with a little pendant capsule that has the dirt by his grave. I never take it off.
Damn. You know, I've heard obviously, you know, Vog and I know each other and have known each other for years, so I've heard him talk about this individual a lot, and it's crazy because to some extent, like, you know, we've all lost people, but I think it's pretty beautiful how like when we share memories about these people, it kind of passes on their teachings and their lessons, and like, yeah, like I knew Vog well after this mentor, but like I kind of feel like I know this guy a little bit just because you've talked too much about him and like how meaningful he was to you. And
Mm.
I'm certain we'll do a deep dive in the future around like loss or mentorship, and we'll get deeper into it. But yeah, what a beautiful story, man. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
sharing.
that's wonderful.
Yeah. For me, I mean, I'll tie it in later to our navigating family. I got to be honest, I'm pretty blessed. My immediate family is just, you know, obviously they have their idiosyncrasies, they have their issues, but like I fucking love my family so much. In particular, my dad and I are very, very close. Um, and I think in many ways, you know, he's been probably like the key mentor in my life. Obviously, I've had like teachers and friends and you know, even like fictional characters I want to emulate, right? But like I think when it comes to tackling life with sort of grace and kindness and like someone who shaped my political you know, beliefs, someone who shaped my beliefs about what family and love and relationships and work and life is, it's got to be my dad. I fucking love that guy, and one of the things I'm trying to do this year is tell him that more. He's a very like traditional old school kind of guy, and he's not really someone who we have deep conversations, but much like me, it's hard for sometimes I think among men to like kind of express very rawly how we feel. You know, my dad's getting older. He turns 70 this year. And like, as I was thinking about sort of what I want to do this year, like, I'm trying to spend more time with my dad, but also like, oh man, like, just tell that dude I love him and I appreciate him more because he's not going to be around forever. And so, you know, it's like, when I think of a mentor, though, like, my dad is really the one who taught me how to be a man and taught me, you know, we don't have to follow the generational definitions of like what masculinity is, and that to a large extent, like being a good man is being a good neighbor, like being kind to women and children, and you know, like just generally, like it's not about how much you lift or things like that. It's like, are you a good person? Like, are you someone who raises their hand and like helps their neighbor? Are you someone who you know, goes out of their way to help someone in need? Like that's way more defining than like how much you lift or what kind of truck you drive. So for me, I would say like my dad is my main mentor. And we'll probably get to that a little bit later, but yeah, what a great dude. I told him I was starting this podcast and he was like, "Oh, he's like, that's really nice." I was like, "Thanks, Dad." All right. Let's take a bit of a lighthearted break here because we got a little deep there. I was out last night and I was drinking a yard of beer with my cousin, and I had a bit of a hanger. In fact, I would call me hangry because I was full of beer and I had not eaten food in like 8 hours. And I thought,
Jesus.
what do I need right now in my stomach immediately? And so it kind of spawned this question. You're out, you've had a couple drinks. What are your late night eats? Like what's your dream late night order where you like Uber Eats it, or like there's one place you have to go to get this?
Okay, there's two technically.
Okay.
The first
Okay.
being there was, and I can say this because I don't live there anymore. There was a spot called Crown Fried Chicken. It was open
Ooh.
24 hours.
Ooh.
It was in the shittiest little hole in the wall. But my God, the chicken fingers, the popcorn chicken. It was, you basically walked in,
Oh, yeah.
you ordered by the
Oh,
number,
man.
and it was a big ass basket of fries and chicken.
Oh, and
Oh,
did it have like that crunch when you bite into it?
mhm.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There it was down the street from the bar that we used to all drink at, the bar that got one of my drinks so wrong that I couldn't see by the end of that night. Holy God. I asked for a 4 Horsemen, which is supposed to be a double shot, and it's a quarter shot of Jack, Johnny, Jose,
I'm
and
very
Jim.
familiar.
Ooh.
Yeah. He made it as a tall boy.
Oh,
So it was a shot and a half each. Oh my God, I couldn't. My buddy and I did. That was when my alter ego actually manifested himself. But that was after I went to Crown Fried. Oh my God, it was so good.
It is.
So good.
It is funny that a 4 Horsemen was that drink, because for me that drink was a trash can. I don't know if
Oh,
you've ever
mood,
had one,
yeah.
but like
Yup.
trash cans, if you've never had one, if you are over the age of 24, do not order this. If you are under the age of 24 and you have the physical constitution to drink what this is, it is a bright blue cocktail, which I think is from the Blue Curacao in it. But it is Red Bull and it is every type of alcohol you could possibly imagine in it. And it is terrifying, but God, so good.
Jesus.
All right, so fried
that
chicken.
reminds me.
Oh no, go
That
ahead.
reminds me of an AMF when you described it.
Oh yeah, not yeah. Oh, I think
Yeah,
they're very similar to.
it looks similar.
I love that you know what an adios motherfucker is. Because those are also amazing.
Those are great for club days, man, because you get to like burn out that calories, but get that liquid courage as well. I don't know. I used to pound AMFs, not gonna lie.
My club trick was always a vodka Red Bull. I was not ready for adios motherfuckers. Ain't no way. At that point, I'm not leaving the club with anyone. I'm leaving the club in a fucking like getting carried out. Okay, so fried chicken, Nomad. What's your second?
Oh, pizza. Like
Ooh.
that down the street, Manhattan. It's a hole in the wall pizza shop all day. Give me that all day. 2 slices plain, best thing in the world.
Oh yeah. I do want to say that's what I had last night, but it was not 2 slices. It was 4.
You know what? You do you. Do
Yeah.
you. That's all that's important.
I needed it.
Yeah.
What's yours, Zug?
God. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's obvious that I live in the LA area, but there's like a lot of clubs and bars where you leave and they time it where as the bar is closing out, as people file out, like you got the carts with the hot dogs, the street dogs.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I get some caramelized onion on that. Fucking
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a sucker for some cheap hot dogs sometimes, like the Costco dogs, the Dodger dogs, even though Dodger dogs are not cheap, but they feel cheap.
I was gonna say
You know.
Dodger dogs aren't Dodger dogs like $17 now?
I haven't been back to Dodger Stadium in God knows how long, but fucking like they taste like Costco dogs. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean I'm pretty sure they are Costco dogs. They're just at Dodger Stadium. Oh Jesus. Okay, well mine's a little bougie. I lived, as those of you who know me will know, I lived in Europe for many, many years. And the Europeans, when they're drunk, they don't do pizza. They don't do fried chicken. They don't do hot dogs. They do doner kebabs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and doner kebabs, you basically go in this like hole in the wall little shop, and they have this like rotating, like huge, like probably like half of a lamb, and they carve it up, and oh my god, they wrap it in like a it's not a pita bread, but it's like a thicker, like doughier tortilla, and you throw in like I don't know tzatziki sauce, like all sorts of shit, and it is crack. It is so fucking good, and they're like €4. I see Aries in chat. Doner kebabs, definitely a European thing. But so good, and they come wrapped, and so you like because these places are often like just a fucking counter, and so they come wrapped, and so you can stumble home and like fucking eat it. But it is messy. You will get it everywhere, but like doner kebabs will change your life. Oh fuck. Oh, so good. Yeah, I'm hungry now. Uh, all right, we're gonna go back in from the short aside. Let's talk now as sort of the listeners, watchers get to know us. You're out of your youth, you're like 15 to 25. We're all in our 30s now, so let's say like maybe even a little bit later, like 27, 28. Sort of that weird middle, where we had like, God, I had some weird fucking phases. I don't know about you guys. But let's start with that. Obviously that's like high school, college time. We were finding ourselves, reinventing ourselves. I think taking the stepping stones to become the men we are today. And so did you guys ever have like a fad that you chased? Like something got popular and you were like, yes, this is my entire personality now? Like, for example, I had a bit of an emo phase. I dyed my hair a bright color. I like got
You did?
really.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
What was your hair color?
It was bright blue and then bright green.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
I also had like longer hair, like a little bit past shoulder length.
Jesus.
Yeah, I got really into Paramore. Like Haley Williams was like, that was the ideal. To be fair, Haley Williams and Paramore still amazing, but kind of eventually graduated out of that phase. I also had in college, I got really into the Wu-Tang Clan, like you do in college.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you guys ever
Fair.
have anything like that? Anything where it was like this sort of like, I don't want to say defines you, but like as you're trying on different outfits in life, like as you're trying to figure out who you are, did you have any sort of like phases in the middle?
Okay. If we're talking like purely fashion, I guess like if we're talking like high school time, like near the end of high school, doing a lot of clubbing periods and stuff like that. I definitely did like I went the whole 9 yards into hip hop. I did like the
Yeah, you
flat
did.
brim cap backwards, tilted to the side. I wore a do-rag, even though I don't have black people's hair. I wore
you
a big
did.
spray paint like football jersey, baggy jeans. I had a big belt with a blinged out spinner on it.
That's
the
fucking
big dog.
amazing.
That's wild. I love it.
Yeah, and then wearing chain wallets and freaking like a big like neck chain. It was bad. Yeah. Or the double shirt with like the really big baggy like regular shirt with a long sleeve underneath.
Yeah. I have seen some photos and it's pretty amazing. You also had like the bright dyed blonde hair. I remember.
Oh, I did that. No, yeah, I did. So that was when I was a little older. I went silver first, but the silver ran out really fast.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Oh, I miss the silver, but it just like dries out so much. You're like bleaching it 3 times over.
Yeah, yeah. I can't dye my hair anymore. It's too nice. I don't want to ruin it. What about you, Nomad?
It's funny because you said wallet chains. I always thought that was a punk and like metal thing because that was me.
Yeah.
I was
Ah.
like full into Metallica, Mastodon, In Flames,
Oh,
Trivium, all the
yeah.
all the bands. Wallet
Megadeth,
chains
kill them
down,
all.
yeah,
Yep.
oh yeah, wallet chains down to my knees. Studded wrist cuffs and all that shit.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
when you're saying like, oh yeah, this was a hip hop thing, I was like, I thought that wallet chains were a metal thing. Damn, okay.
I think they were metal things, but I think it could be shared. It was just big chains in general. But I got a question since you did the wallet chains. How many times did they get caught on chairs when you sat down?
All the goddamn time. Especially if you had those chairs that in high school we had those chairs that had those like stupid metal legs on the outside. They
Yep,
would
yep.
swing underneath that and then get caught in between the chair and the leg. I can't tell you
Yeah.
how many times I
Yeah.
spent minutes extricating myself.
Yeah, or like when you're walking through a door, it gets caught on the knob.
Oh, oh.
Yeah. Wallet chains, not very practical.
we would lie about how it would keep our wallets safe. No, it's straight up just fashion.
Yeah, it's literally just fashion. That's funny. I'm now imagining Nomad like full metalhead and like a Metallica t-shirt with the sleeves cut off and like a bunch of fucking cuffs. Did you ever do like the collar? Like the
Oh, yeah. Well,
oh yeah.
I had a collar for a little while. I didn't love it. What I ended up getting, those like metal bead necklaces, the ones that kind of like we used to use them to like hold keys and shit like that. But it was the one that was like the balls were like a 30 gauged ball. I had one of those. That was my
Yeah.
go-to for the longest.
I will admit, taking it back to the Lord of the Rings discussion, I for like years wore a ring on a chain around my neck and thought it was so cool. I thought it
Okay.
was so cool. And you know what? It fucking was.
To be fair. To be fair. And you know what? You want the real, you want the in-depth Nomad. I've never said this publicly. The reason I grew my hair long when I was in high school was not because I was a metalhead at the time, but because I watched Lord of the Rings. I am a blonde man in real life. I was like, oh my god, I'm
yeah.
gonna look like Legolas. I'm gonna
Yeah.
make myself to look like this elven twink because that's what needs to happen now.
Yeah.
Nice.
To be fair, if you wanted to get girls, that was the Orlando Bloom craze was a real
Not in
thing.
my school, it wasn't. Oh
really?
god, no, not in my school, it wasn't.
Really?
Oh,
That's
man.
crazy.
No,
That's
no.
crazy.
I remember there was a girl in it was probably like 10th or 11th grade, and her locker was just plastered with Orlando Bloom photos. You would have slayed at my school, man.
Man, I see. This is the thing. I grew up in the wrong goddamn schools. Is what I'm finding out. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because Legolas was like an international craze.
Oh yeah.
Like everybody loved him.
I did not. Legolas did not work for me as well. Like I kept the hair until senior year. I had it for 4 years. I loved having the long hair, but yeah, no, it was no.
Yeah. Yeah, we've all been. All right. We're gonna open up for quick like 10 minutes. Audience, if you guys have any questions for us, try to keep them a little bit lighthearted. We're gonna go one more segment after this, and we're gonna go to the deep cut. But if you have questions for us, I don't know. It could be fuck, marry, kill, Aragorn, Gimli, Legolas, whatever you want, man.
Yes.
We'll pick a couple and we'll answer them. Also,
Oh,
while they're
you better answer that question now that you
I'm
proposed it.
so sorry to my elven boy, but he's getting killed.
yeah, I was gonna say like
I'm marrying Aragorn 100%, and Gimli and I are gonna spend a night of true and
deep passion.
unhinged passion.
See, I'm gonna flip them, but I am gonna kill Legolas. I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
me and Aragorn are gonna have a night of just unbridled passion, like but like on a cloak in a field, like
Oh
you know,
yeah,
not-
yeah. You gotta
like-
get the full ranger.
Oh yeah, you gotta get the full ranger, and then I'm marrying Ghibli 1000%.
Okay.
God.
All right.
All right. I'll flip it on its head just to rage bait both of you. I'm gonna kill Aragorn, and then I'm gonna.
You're right. You are rage baiting me right now. I'm getting on a plane. I'm coming to find you. What?
I don't know. I don't know if I would marry. Like, if I were to pick, literally just be between Legolas and Gimli. I mean, Gimli seems like a lot of fun. Legolas. Okay, Legolas seems like a terrible person to marry. Let's be real. Since you
Yeah.
guys both killed,
But he's
Legolas.
been alive for like hundreds and hundreds of years, so he'd probably be a great.
Which means he's the most pretentious fuck if you marry him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's just a one nighter with Legolas, and marry Gimli. He can be grumpy all day. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, Gimli would make you like a really nice like underground house, and he's a builder. I feel like he could build for me. Like, yeah, 100%.
Ooh, you want a provider? I see.
Yeah. I don't want to work. I want to go live in the Shire, and I want to pick berries and have 5 meals a day. That's my dream.
Bro.
Okay, let's see. All right, Little Valkyrie said top 3 bands. What do you guys vibing to? Just like quick fire 3 bands.
Ooh.
Not a band, but Woodkid. I will listen to Woodkid no matter what. I have to give it to Two Steps from Hell because it's all just like cinematic, like, it sounds like movies that your music that you hear in trailers and movies and all that, because you usually do, but it actually really helps me get inspired and write. And it's a toss up on the third between 2 artists, Einar Selvig or Ivor, who are both Danish composers. I just got my back tattooed, and I was listening to nothing but their concert at the Danish Museum, doing both their music and some stuff from pop culture in all Norwegian, just from
amazing.
Just while I was getting that tattoo done.
Amazing. Look, what about you?
Quick fire off, and this is gonna sound super emo, but like AGR, NF, and I don't know, either Kyle Hume or John Bellion. I don't know. When it comes to music, it does get emo, but I feel like music is just a really good outlet for like thoughts, feelings, and just like mental health in general. So I do like listening to things when they get kind of emo. But yeah, NF the Rapper. I'm talking about NF the Rapper. But if I were to also maybe up there would also be Mike Shinoda. Because there's been a lot of wait after Chester died, but his stuff is still fire. If not, so even more than it was.
Yeah. God, let me see. I keep coming back like J. Cole. I mean, like, I listen to so much Avicii. Like, Avicii was my most listened artist on Spotify. So for context, I listen to anywhere from 170,000 to 200,000 minutes a year of Spotify. Like, I am a Spotify fiend. I would say like J. Cole. I love Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox. If you guys have never heard that, it's basically like a 1920s to 1950s take on a lot of modern songs. I love it in the background when people are over. Or man, like lo-fi. I listen to a lot of lo-fi. Actually, I have a buddy who makes lo-fi. This is not going to dox me because, we met many, many, many years ago. If you guys haven't, check out Dreamer's Delight on Spotify. He's actually blowing up. I think he's got like well over 1 million streams a year. And he makes incredible lo-fi music. His song Olives is like pretty much on every lo-fi playlist I've ever had. And ironically, I did not know it was a guy I had gone to school with until I was like, man, this song slaps. I looked him up and I was like, oh my God, I fucking know this guy.
Did you ever reach out?
I did, yeah. I DM'd him on Instagram. We played lacrosse together back in the day. And I was like, hey man, I know we haven't talked in like, I don't know, 15 years, but like, is this you? And he was like, yeah, man, I'm making music now. I'm in Colorado. I was like, man, I fucking love your music. Like, I've been listening to it for years. I have no idea too. And he was like, oh, thank you, man. That means a lot. I'm actually playing Red Rocks in a couple weeks. Like, would you want to come? I was like,
holy shit.
Yes, I do. Yes. I flew out there. We had a beer. Then he played a set. And I was like, oh God, this is what it's like. This is what it's this is what it's like to have made it. So that's kind of a cool anecdote.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. Let's go to Cheerio. How doeseth thou consume a pickle? Does the hollow then eat it bit by bit? I'm gonna start. I don't eat pickles. I don't like them. So
I am.
yeah, I don't eat them. That's my answer.
I don't know how to process that information, because the correct answer is you take whole pickle, you put little piece of paper around the bottom, and then you eat whole pickle one bite at a time.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's also like pickle juices, like jars of pickles. That's
yeah.
great. Like, or
Well,
just
too
like
salty.
spice pillows are pretty good too. No,
Best
there's
thing-
like different flavors that have been for a while that you can go into markets, and they're
Yeah.
pretty dope.
Best hangover cure in the world, pickle juice. I'm not even joking about that.
Oh shit.
If I'm
Yeah,
like
no.
real cracked out after a night of drinking, I just kind of stumble my ass to the fridge. I keep a jar of pickle juice in the back. Like 1 or 2 hits of that, I'm right as rain.
Anthony
Yeah.
Bourdain swears by Coca-Cola and a large glass of ice, and that has always worked for me. Also, fucking love Anthony Bourdain, man.
Yeah, 100% on that.
Yeah.
But I've never done that because I don't drink soda anymore.
Hey,
look at you.
Congrats to you.
Okay, I'm gonna skip fuck, marry, kill each other because that's gonna cause arguments.
Can I kill myself at that point? I feel like that's the approach. I don't want to say I'm going to kill either of them, so I'm going to kill myself. That's the
I will
easiest
kill Dom.
solution.
Just so you
Oh,
guys know, I will kill Tom.
I'm just gonna say we could all have a night of fiery passion. I'm just gonna leave it there. Who knows where one body ends and the next begins? Bread crust, yes or no? Yes on like a nice bread, like a sourdough or something. No
Ooh.
on cheap shitty white bread.
Yes, all
I
the
can't even
time. I'm
remember
too
the-
lazy.
Can't even remember the last time I had deep shitty white bread. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I can't. Either.
But yes,
don't
all
buy
the
that.
time. Honestly, I wouldn't tear away. It feels like such a waste of food in general to tear away crust.
Yeah, I mean, I eat it, but like if they made like bread without crust, I would prefer that. I think.
Fair.
Yeah.
That means they tore it off and threw it in the trash before they gave it to you. dude.
Yeah, but then I don't have to do it, so it's not me being wasteful.
It feels like a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Milk first or cereal? Cereal first, and
Cereal.
that's the only right answer.
Yeah, cereal. Anyone who does milk first is a psychopath, and I hope nobody in chat says they do milk first, because
Yeah.
What if you?
Yeah.
What if you don't do milk at all?
just dry cereal.
It depends
Yeah.
on the cereal. It depends strongly on the cereal.
All of them.
I might grab like if I were like feeling really munchy or something, I would like grab a handful. And to be fair, I haven't had cereal in forever. But that proposes another question that I just thought of. What's the weirdest liquid you would put with cereal?
Chocolate milk.
That's not weird at all. The fuck?
I tried orange juice once.
I
Holy
tried
shit.
it once. Never again.
Nah, no, it's pretty foul. It's pretty goddamn foul.
I mean, yeah, I think chocolate milk is the weirdest I'd go. Like, what's the weirdest you'd go, Pog? Like, I'm
I'm not
curious
even
now.
thinking because I just thought of it. Because like I've definitely tried water before, which is disgusting.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's not weird. I have not tried OJ or anything like that. Yeah, it just turns into soggy, like non-tasting cereal, which is ugh.
I will say, like, at what point, if you're not adding milk, does cereal just become porridge? Like, yeah, but okay, can anyone tell me what would be a good flavor combination of any cereal and any like non-dairy like liquid? I literally cannot think of one.
I don't know if I want to think of one.
Yeah.
I mean, like
My mind's-
okay, wait. I could see
Okay.
something interesting with like cold brew and like a chocolate cereal, maybe. Like those feel like complementary flavor combinations.
Sure. Just because you're thinking like dark chocolate coffee or, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Dal, tea and Rice Krispies. I can actually maybe see that, like a
Yeah.
flavorful tea, but I just feel like I'd miss the creaminess. Maybe like a chai tea, but then again, that's mostly just milk.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch and apple spice tea. I think tea is not a bad idea when it comes to certain flavors, actually.
Yeah, tea.
I just think also it's hard to like have such big chunks with your tea.
Yeah.
In a way.
I could see like tea, like a milky tea or like milk tea. I think I could see that being good. I just think for me, like the milkiness kind of smooths out. It kind of makes it's part of the experience for me. Like I don't think I could do it like no dairy. Wait, Honey Nut Cheerios and Monster Energy strawberry. I'm
No.
sorry.
Oh God.
I'm
No.
so sorry. Like,
Oh God.
No.
that's not okay.
How was that experience? I need to know.
Did you see God at some point in a bite of that food? Did you just like have that smash revelation?
Oh my God, they're all saying Red Bull and Fruit Loops. Are you guys
No!
okay? Are you okay?
Oh
in the
my
morning?
God. Okay, no, we're changing the stream. This is therapy now. Tell me why your mother hated you so much. What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If anyone says White Monster with anything, I think we just have to end it. Like I think we just can't do this anymore.
Holy hell.
Well, with that, God, I love you, chat, but like you may need some help. I think we're gonna. I think it's that's mostly all of the questions from chat. I know we missed a couple. I kind of just picked what seemed interesting and what I saw. We're gonna do this recurring segment every time. There is talk about adding a wheel once we get affiliate for Redeem, so we might revisit this. But yeah, Cheerio suggested it, and she's very very specific. If she was a mod, we had to have the wheel of Cheeriosity. And so I think that has to be a thing. But let's go. We'll take a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll come back with the deep cut, and we'll get serious. I do want to once again like throw out a bit of a content warning. Like, I know family can be a very touchy subject for some people. If at any point you like need to step away, take that, protect your boundaries. The whole point of the deep cut is to get deep. We may share some things that are personal or uncomfortable, and we'd love for you to take that journey with us. But if you feel like you can't, like, please step away, disengage at any time you need. Okay. We'll be back in 5 minutes. We'll see you soon, friends.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye. Oh, hey guys, welcome back.
Hello.
Hello.
I hope everyone's watered up, coffeed up, whatever you need.
Yeah.
Boozed up, God.
Had a
if you're
bathroom
feeling
break
that
and I
way.
did not fall in.
Was that a danger? Like,
That's a danger for short folks. So I always tell chat, make sure you don't fall in when you use the restroom. It's
Yeah.
like it's a bit of a big hole. Sometimes it could happen.
They like perch on the edge. It's like a swimming pool to them, you know.
Exactly. Or they stand up
I
completely
have
and
to
they
kick
squat
my
on the edge.
feet. If I
Yeah.
don't kick my feet, I'm at Foley. And
We are a group of tall people, so yeah. Let's spend 5 minutes talking about the problems of short folk.
what is it like down there, tiny one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
What
weather
is-
must be so different.
Yeah. What is it like? What is it like not being able to see the tops of surfaces that may or may not be dirty? It's funny. Before we get into deep cut, I was out last night with my cousin and his wife, and she's a tall lady. She's 6'1". He's even taller, so they're a good couple. But she mentioned like back in her 20s, she was in a Vegas club and she was wearing 5-inch heels.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Jesus.
to make her 6'6", and she was like, many men are far less attractive from the top.
Oh my god!
She was like, I saw a lot of receding hairlines and bald spots forming, and I was like, oof, that's a vibe.
That's fucking. See, that is okay.
Jesus.
I don't care what else happens. I can go a little bit deaf. I can go. If I lose my hair, it's game over for me. I understand that now.
Yeah.
That's the only good thing going on above the shoulders. So.
Luckily, I got some thick hair, and it's not going anywhere.
Mhm.
So,
Man, you white people. I swear to God.
yeah, it's okay, man.
Yeah.
My hair is
you can pull
fine,
balls.
very fine.
You could pull balls when you get there.
Yeah, I used to do the straight up buzz cut all the time for like all the time that I had the the Durag Nation and friggin' hip hop wannabe. It was all buzz cut. To be fair, I feel like I got profiled a lot.
Oh, for
And
sure.
I will say
yeah.
to this day, every time I've been pulled over by a cop, I've never gotten a warning. I've gotten some sort of ticket or another. Yeah, I get cops. That's like the only reason I don't go back to Buzzcut, because I think I kind of want to be left alone by cops.
That's so
Just-
fair.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah, sure.
so fair. Yeah, I think we all deserve to be left alone by cops. Maybe we'll do a deep cut on that in the future. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna move into the final segment of our show, which will take probably about 45 minutes to an hour, depending. And the idea of this, and this is really the inspiration for the podcast, is we're gonna get pretty real here. We talk about family, obviously a contentious topic. So yeah, just excited for this. Want you guys to know this was sort of the impetus, what sort of drove me to talk to Vaga Nomad about starting this, because I wanted to do something like this. So yeah, we'll go in. We'll go into the deep cut. One topic, no bullshit. The idea is that this is the kind of conversation that usually happens only late at night with good friends and maybe a stiff drink or two. We're here to talk honestly about some pretty heavy topics. If you disagree with our takes, that's fine. A lot of these questions don't have rights and wrongs. They're just our opinion on complex issues. Stay with us as we share our thoughts, debate, and perhaps, if we're very, very lucky, dole out a nugget or two of wisdom. So we're going to cover a large variety of topics. This back half will change every time we do a new session. But I feel like to a large extent, the men we are today was shaped better or worse by the folks that raised us. As we get older and roles begin to shift, how are we navigating and redefining the relationships with the people who raised us? So that's the topic. See in chat, yes, there's going to be a VOD. Do not feel like you guys need to subscribe to this channel. There is a YouTube setup. There's a link in the back. It will be uploaded to YouTube. Don't worry about subscribing or anything. This is just sort of the place we do it, but it will go up on YouTube. Cool. So let's start. Let's get deep into it. What are your guys' families like? What was it like growing up? What was your household like?
I was okay. I say this often. I was very very lucky. My dad was married once before he met my mom. So
Mm.
technically, if you want to use the term, I don't particularly, but that's for different reasons. We would be considered a blended family. I don't consider it that. My dad got custody of my brother and sister because their biological mother is something else. Um, so we had a bit of an odd dynamic. My brother is 5 years older than me. My sister's 4 years. Um, but I mean, I actually think, all things being equal, we had a pretty solid, you know, home life. I mean, early on, we had no money. Like, and I can say this now: if my mom could scrape together $5 for a field trip for a souvenir, that was a lot of money for us.
Yeah.
But we never knew.
Yeah.
Like, we never knew. Like, I grew up having a great childhood, played in the backyard. My brother smacked me in the face with a baseball bat twice.
Nice.
I tried to stab him with a screwdriver once. And the funny thing is, I look at all that going, that's normal sibling shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
look at it going, oh man, I had a rough child. Like, I'm close with my siblings for the most part. And that's after some real rocky shit.
Mhm.
I'm close with my folks. And I don't think I'm closer with one over the other. I think I like equally close with, both of them. My mom and I have connected a lot because she's an actress by trade and I do this. And then I work with my dad. So I mean, I'm on the phone with him almost every day. I actually have a pretty good family life.
Wow. What about you, Bug?
I would say financially, so it's quite the opposite of nomads. My dad worked at I don't know if it's a Fortune 500 actually. I haven't looked it up. It probably is, all things considered, internationally. Is in charge of the branch in Asia, which meant we moved around a lot. And also, similar to Nomad, we never knew that we were privileged. It wasn't until I grew up and went back and saw the rent and saw the amenities and was like, oh wow, this is not normal, right?
Mhm.
But as a kid, you're like, are we rich? And my mom would go, we have what we're provided, And I think that was like real props to them because it was never they made sure not to spoil us. There was no like maid, no nothing like that. Everything, like, we learned how to do all of our own chores, everything like that. There was almost a sense of normalcy. But
Interesting.
I
That's
think, yeah.
that's so surprising because I know like a lot of my friends who grew up privileged in like
Mm.
Asia, Southeast Asia, or parts of Europe, like or South America, like having a maid is like basically required, and so it's interesting
Yeah.
you didn't grow up like that. Like that was probably a very conscious choice by your parents.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody had maids, everybody, but there was a very conscious choice not to have one, so we learned how to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Which was props to them, honestly. If we talk about sibling shit, I would agree that's absolutely normal sibling shit. My older brother tried to drown me when I was a baby. I didn't even remember this until he told the story recently. But we have a great relationship. Yeah, it's been good. We've never really physically fought. If we've ever fought, it's really verbally and or psychologically, but everything's been pretty on the up and up between us. Family is a little more like parents is a little more difficult. I would say like part of the problem with growing up privileged in that sense, and I say problem, just a different perspective is that because my dad worked such a big man job, big boy job, he was rarely home, and so we would really only see him every couple of weeks, and then he would really want to like go somewhere, take us somewhere, and he was trying in his own way. But as kids, we didn't understand that. We just understood someone who was never really around. And then when he was around, really just kind of kicked back and like wanted us to do things or, ordered stuff around the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That's-
I mean, I have a kind of a. I think it's kind of interesting because we all have very different families. I grew up quite poor, kind of like nomad. Like I didn't really know it, but we used to do one week every month. We would do grilled cheese week, and as a kid, I thought that was amazing. It wasn't until I got older and was talking to my parents about it that my mom was literally like, yeah, like we would have like $5 in the bank account and all we could afford is Kraft American cheese and Wonder Bread. And that's why we did grilled cheese week.
Hmm.
So, my dad, when I was young, he started a consulting company, that failed. And then he went to go work for a big makeup brand. He like started out as an IT guy. We were like dirt poor. It wasn't until I would say I was like 10 or 11, he got a huge break when companies started using ERP systems. And in 5 years, he went from like an IT help desk guy to CIO of a Fortune 100 company, which was crazy. And sort of the lifestyle change that we had was like night and day. We went from basically like living in a 2-bedroom apartment with rats and cockroaches to a nice ranch. I went from like shitty public school to like very nice private school. And yeah, obviously it's super blessed. But I feel like because I grew up in like, I mean, we were never like abject poverty. Like we were never like food stamps, but we were like on the edge of it. And so having that change was so interesting, but it also meant like my dad wasn't really around. Um,
Hmm.
Growing up, it was my mom. My older brother would help take care of me. He's 2 years older than me. And so we're super close. My dad would come home, would work like 12-hour days, 7 days a week, and would come home at night and he would turn on the football game and fall asleep on the couch. Like that was my interaction with him.
Mhm.
Despite that, now that I'm sort of in my career and I'm pursuing a very similar path, my dad and I are super close. And I'm sure part of it is because like growing up, my mother was very much the disciplinarian because she was the only one around, right? But I am an incredibly stubborn person. And so we used to fight, have horrible fights. To the point where I would be like, you're not my mother. Like, I wish I was adopted, things like that. And like, obviously I regret saying those things now because like, realistically, like she sacrificed her career and her life to help raise us when my dad got successful. And like, I think to this day, she wonders she was when they met, she was a secretary on Wall Street and she was going to art school. She wanted to be a museum curator, which is something that my lovely partner is an incredible artist. And my hope is that they're going to connect over, how their love of shared art. But that was really a path that she sacrificed to like raise the children. While my dad got to pursue his dream. And so, yeah, my relationship with my mother is a little bit rocky. It doesn't help that she's like an old school white lady, which means, she has her own set of prejudices. She, grew up very privileged. And so, like to give an example, we were out with she was out with my cousin's wife's mother, who's like another lovely older white lady. But she's like losing her hair because she's like in her 80s, 90s. And my mother goes to my cousin's wife, who's a very dear friend of mine, and goes, "Does your mother have alopecia or is she just old?" And I was like, Mom, I was like, you can't say that. Like, you can't say that to someone. Like, that's a great. And she was like, oh, well, I didn't say it to her. I said it to her daughter. I was like, that's almost
No,
worse.
no.
That's almost worse. And like the thing is, like, I know she didn't mean it. Like, she maybe thought that was an okay thing to say, but she'll like just occasionally say like really off the cuff shit like that. But you know, she is like a lovely person. She's a Democrat. She's like a staunch ally. Like, she tries to get my friend's pronouns right, but also she'll occasionally be like, you know, say something racist, or like, you know, be like, why did that lesbian at the coffee shop do this? I'm like, Ma, we don't know if she's a lesbian. She was just wearing flannel. Like, and so, yeah, it's interesting. The one thing I will say, and that I kind of feel like I'm actually kind of struggling to navigate right now, is my older brother and I were super close. We were best friends growing up. We were in the same fraternity. Like, you know, I was always 2 years younger, which is a little bit of an interesting dynamic. But like, as we got into college and stuff, like, we shared the same friends, we shared the same hobbies. We went to the same school, so we would like do stuff together. We lived together for a bit after I graduated while he was going to law school. He's got 2 young kids now. And it's really interesting because despite the fact I'm only 2 years younger than him, we're in like very different phases of our lives. He is the busiest human on earth. Like, he does so much. He's an amazing dad. He's an incredible husband. But like, I kind of feel like we're getting to the point where it's like hard to find shared things to connect over. Like, I know nothing about changing dirty diapers or getting puke out of, you know, shirts. Like, he doesn't understand that like on Friday night I can go have a drink, or like maybe my partner and I want to go take a trip to Dublin. Like, we can do that with no problem. Like, we don't have dogs or kids to take care of. And so we're currently like trying to navigate it. Like, it's gotten pretty bad to the point where like he won't pick up calls anymore, and he's just busy. But like, we recently had a conversation because he had not returned any of my last 35 calls.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, hey man, I am a very patient human. I love you. I know that you're busy and you're not ignoring me. It's getting to the point where I'm not going to bother to call you anymore if you don't call me back. And he called me back, and we had a really good conversation about it. But like, man, hard relationship to navigate as life changes. So yeah, I guess that's our families. That's kind of where we're at. I guess, you know, I think I hit this earlier when I was talking about my dad and being a mentor. I think it's, maybe we don't often talk about how much we appreciate the people who raised us, or like necessarily tell them we love them. Maybe that's just a me thing. But what is one thing about your parents that you like really appreciate, or like you just like, maybe you should even say to them more that like this was something that was really meaningful to me?
I think I have said it occasionally to my folks, where again it was that growing up, and kind of like you. I'm not going to say we were in abject poverty by any stretch, but the only reason we could afford our house was because it was my grandfather's, and my grandfather bought it after he came back from World War II. And he bought it for $15,000, which hurts when I say it.
Yeah.
Oh, for a
That's
house that now would
painful.
probably sell for $2.53 million. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But he sold it to them for kind of a bit of a song. But they worked so hard to make sure we never went without, and that we didn't know that, you know, sometimes my mom was probably pushing out the gas bill or the electric bill as far as she could, because if she paid that early, then she couldn't pay for something else or do this or do that. So I've always very much appreciated how much work they put in. And I know part of it is my dad came from his divorce with a lot of bills. He was paying alimony for a while. There was some child support stuff at very early when they were doing split custody. My dad's even admitted to me that there were times, because of just the situation, he was sleeping at the office he was working at. Like
Wow.
he was basically staying until everybody left. I'm like, no, yeah, I'll close up, and then he would lock himself in and sleep there.
Damn.
So they had to navigate that, and then navigate the custody battle with my siblings, because eventually it got bad enough that my mom kind of stole my siblings.
Oh,
Jesus.
There's no other real way to just. She basically, because it was after I was born, she put them and me with a friend of theirs, and then they went to court that same day, and basically told the judge, if you want the kids, you're gonna have to find them. In front of a judge, they said that to my dad's ex-wife, and after some stuff came to light, the judge looked and went, "You know what? No, I don't want you trying to find them. These kids are theirs. We're gonna give full custody to this man and his new wife." And it was one of those, okay, cool. And that's how my parents got custody. It was, but they put a
Jesus.
lot of work in to, well, I mean, okay. We all, as we've all said, from some variant of privilege to some variant of poverty, my siblings grew up in real bad. If it weren't for the fact that my brother could figure out how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, there were times my brother and sister wouldn't have eaten because their mother was in that kind of shape. So my parents did a lot of work. They did a lot of work trying to make sure there was food on the table, make sure there was a roof over our head, make sure there was some semblance of real life, because they didn't want us to know. And I don't think I
Yeah.
tell them enough how much I appreciate the amount of work that they put in to give us a good and it was not perfect by any stretch. I don't think there is such a thing as a perfect childhood, but
No, absolutely
they
not.
they put the work in to make sure that we had a good childhood.
Yeah. Wow. You also you kind of gotta give props to, I don't know if you call her your stepmom, or well, I guess she's your mom.
No, she's my
biological mom,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
but,
dad
like,
Yeah.
my dad came with my brother and sister. He married my mother, and they had me together.
yeah. I was gonna
So
say,
they're
like,
both my biological. Yeah.
also huge props to your bio mom for, like, making a sacrifice for your flesh and blood is one thing, but also, like, choosing to take that responsibility is probably even more meaningful.
Oh, she'll tell you point blank. One, if you ever said, "Oh, well, he's your real son," she'll rip your throat out. She's like, "No, they're all my kids. Those are
Fair,
my
fair.
children." And she, from minute one, she was always, "I'm going to bat for these kids. These are my kids. Fuck you."
Yeah. Wow.
And sometimes it bristled, and I'm sure my siblings sometimes said some things. Well, every kid does. You say some shit you never mean, but
Yeah.
no, my
for
mom was.
sure.
I have when Eris first met my mother, she's like, "No, that's the most intimidating woman I've ever met." I was like, "Yeah, everybody has that one." My mom doesn't take shit from anybody. She very much was a force of nature. She and my grandmother used to go after each other because my grandmother, kind of like you said, Dom, my grandmother was kind of an old white lady, and she was very
Yeah.
much, "Oh, well, she's the second wife," and she almost had that maybe she was a home wrecker sort of.
Oh
and
my god.
and my mother was like, "No, fuck you. The
Yeah.
reason your grandchildren are in a good place is because of me. So you can eat my ass." And it paid off, because by the end of my grandmother's life, they actually had a decent and respectful relationship. So, whatever
There you
works.
go.
Hey.
Yeah. We should rename this to potentially navigating old white ladies.
Yeah. Oh, listen. Like yours, my mother is very much a staunch. My mother has never voted Republican in her fucking life. If you told her that's literally Satan running on the Democratic ticket, the other guy's a Republican. Yeah, but I don't like what he said about feeding people. So you're voting for Satan, the Democrat. I know he's not perfect, but it's like, okay,
Hilarious.
damn, I. But she does occasionally get that kind of old white lady syndrome where she says something like, "Ma, shit." My dad does too. I'll tell you, as the relationship has improved, my dad and I correct my dad sometimes because he does shit. I'm like, "Dude, what are you doing?" He's like, "What?" I just like, "No. Think about what you're saying. You exist in a public space. You can't just say shit and then go, but it makes sense to me. Like, no,
We-
no.
we might have to do a deep cut because I know you're in a mixed race relationship, Nomad. I am as well. We may have to do like a navigating some of that shit with our
Navigating
families.
cultures.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Avoiding we'll call it avoiding the chancla. Navigating different cultures. What about you, Vog? I know you have a complex relationship.
Interesting.
So,
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Okay, so I have a very complex. Yeah, I have a very complicated relationship with my parents to this day, and it's miles better than it used to be. For context, I guess, and we can dig into this another time. For majority of my 20s, I was no contact with them, and unfortunately, it was not by my choice. Meaning, I was disowned. Not that I necessarily blame them. I was a shit kid. And I did a lot of shitty things to them, around communities they cared about, and things like that. But if I were to talk about like something that I truly appreciate from them, it's things like me never really knowing, or like the kids never really knowing, me and my brother never really knowing that we're privileged, never really like learning to fend for ourselves, because goddamn did I need that. For a long time, because when I was going on my own with a little less than $10 to my name, like you learn real quick how to fend for yourself, and those skills, like if you didn't learn them as a kid, if you had someone take care of you, you'd be kind of stuck up, you'd be kind of asked out. And reality is, like, I appreciate them trying really hard to not spoil us, which was really against the grain for, I'm sure, a lot of the people that they're around, and a lot of like traditional thinkings. For example, like when we talk about like old school thinking, that, I mean, parents, they're raised in a conservative nation, they lived in a conservative nation, they only recently came out to the West, being like this year, right? So they still say quite conservative things. They don't vote conservative, but a lot of the thoughts that are running around, politically speaking, is like, well, this and that, and like, oh, you can't exactly say that. But they're trying to understand. They're trying to learn. They're trying to expand their minds, even at their old age now, which I also really appreciate that, because they want to connect with me, even though it's like much later in my life. They want to connect with my brother, even though like they were still like a family unit. There's like 10 years of family photos where I don't exist. But there are disagreements, definitely. But I appreciate that at the end of the day, we still try and we still make a lot of effort.
Yeah, man. Families are complicated. I was writing this question, I was thinking about, like, there's a number of things I appreciate about my family. My parents are very traditional. They came from very traditional households. My father was raised Irish Catholic. My mother was raised Protestant. They're, less so in their old age now, but like when I was growing up, they were always like, you go to church on Sunday, you do this. I'm kind of a rebel and always have been. My parents had this dream for my brothers and I's lives where it was very white picket fence. It was like, you go to college, you get a degree, you meet a nice girl, you get a dog, you settle down and start squirting out babies. And like, you
out, baby.
Why would you say it like that, though? Why?
Because the idea of that is terrifying and disgusting to me. Not to knock on anyone's choice if they have kids or want to have kids. I think it's a deeply personal choice. If that's what you want to do, I fully support you in doing that. For me, absolutely fucking not. That is my nightmare. So yeah, and I was a little fucking rebel, At 16, I was like, I'm gonna go get a job, and my mother was like, no, you're too young. And I was like, okay, well, I got a job and I'm working it. And then at 18, I was like, I'm moving out. And she's like, no, you're not. And I was like, well, I'm already paying rent and I'm living here. So bye. And it even extended, like, so, I went to undergrad. I was an accountant. Like, that was kind of like a agreement with my parents. I was like, I want to work in finance. My dad was like, accountant is a good job. TLDR, accounting is a terrible job. I hated it. Please don't do it. But oh God, I'm losing my train of thought. And then I was like, hey, I've been working in Boston for a number of years. I am fucking out. I'm going to Europe. My mom was like, but you're so far away. I was like, peace. And then I lived in Europe for a bunch of years. And I got back and I started doing what I love. And I was living in LA and my parents are right nearby. And my mom was like, oh, I'm so happy you're finally home. And I was like, actually, peace, I'm moving again. Yeah, and I've always kind of done whatever I wanted. And it's interesting because my brother definitely followed the like life they wanted. Like, he actually met a girl in college. He dated one of my friends. So that's a whole nother topic. Who's now my sister-in-law.
Oh, jeez.
They have 2 dogs, 2 children. They have a house with a literal white picket fence.
Oh, they went full
Nice.
in. Holy shit.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're full like mom and dad dream core. And it's funny because and I'll tell this anecdote. I love my parents. I love that they've always supported my curiosity, even if they never really understood it. They supported me moving abroad. I mean, they were not supportive, but they were like, okay, you're gonna do this, like, fuck it, do it. They supported, like, I got really into like reading about the Roman Empire. Like, my mom would not get it, but would be like, I don't know what to buy you for Christmas, so give me your like weird Roman book wants and I'll buy them for you. I was like, cool, ma. But it is kind of interesting because, and I think this is kind of going to transition us to the next topic, which is navigating relationships. Like, I have found it hard because my brother definitely like followed the path they wanted, and so is like very clearly the favorite. And like, I don't say, like, my parents would never say that, but like, it's very clear to anyone who is sort of around them. And like, I don't blame them because, like, I mean, he's a great guy, but he also literally followed the exact path they wanted for him. And like, kind of like Vog said, like, there are many family photos that I'm just not in anymore. And they'll say, oh, like, you were backpacking in Europe, or like, oh, you were like in Bali at a retreat while we took this, which is like fair. But it got so bad that we have an Airbnb that we inherited, and there's family photos there. And I handle the bookings for my mom as she's getting older. It's harder for her to navigate like Airbnb. And one of the women who stayed there messaged me, because it's me, my brother, and my 2 parents should be in the family photos. And she goes, I'm so sorry. It must have been terrible to lose your brother. And I'm like,
Jesus.
I'm like, she shared an anecdote about like how her brother passed. It was actually really sweet. And I was like, oh, okay. And she goes, yeah, that like dark-haired boy who like disappears from all the photos. Like, it's got to be so hard. And I'm just being like, that's literally me. But like, it was so noticeable to a stranger that she thought I literally died.
That's wild.
Yeah, because I'm in the photos like through high school, through like when I was like 16 or 17, and then like I'm gone for like, and I have not been in a family photo since I was like 17 or 18 years old, and they do them like every 2 or 3 years. And so there's like many years of photos I'm not in, but it was because I was like, I fucked off to school, like I fucked off to Europe, like I was traveling. So it kind of makes sense, but also like, God, is it weird to like navigate a relationship where like my parents have a clear favorite?
I think I've seen your family photo from when you're 18, 19. I guess that was the last one you had.
Yeah, I have them in my apartment. Yeah, like, but like now even their house, like I went to go visit them over the holidays. Like they probably have like 20 family photos up. I think I'm in like 3 of them.
Damn.
And it's like, oof. Like maybe that's bad on me for being a bad son, but also like they should make a bit more of an
I
effort to like let me
I
participate
don't
in things.
I don't know if that is on you per se, and I'm not necessarily digging at your parents, but my mother and father have always been of the exact opposites. Like, no, I don't. There is nothing you are going to do that is going to stop us from being your parents, and we are
Hmm.
always going to be there. Sometimes, whether you want us there or not.
Yeah.
And there's family photos that have just random friends of mine or random friends of my brothers or sisters in them because it was like, well, we're taking a photo. Everybody get in. It's like, but it's a family photo. Shut the fuck up. Get in front of the camera. We don't want to stand here all goddamn day. Get over here.
Yeah. Well, like part of it is like, so my family has this photographer they've used for family photos for like 20 years, and he's an incredibly good photographer. And I was like, why don't you just have him Photoshop me in? Like I take so many photos. Like just like he is literally a professional photo editor. Just like have him Photoshop my ass in like a top.
So yeah, you just have this digitally cropped, like wrong lighting person sitting over there.
Yeah, bro, who cares? Bro, I would have gone to a studio and been like, put me in this lighting. Um, but it is
Great.
interesting. I think as I get older, and I'm sure you guys are experiencing this too. Like, so we're all in our 30s. My parents are now in their 70s. I assume your parents are somewhere around that age. And
Yeah.
like, I think it's kind of an interesting time in our lives because, at least for me, it's becoming the point where my parents are starting to rely on me more to like make
Mm.
decisions. You know, we're talking about like end of life, things like that. You know, like I obviously work in finance, so like how are we gonna like how am I gonna help control the family finances, and like if there's any inheritance, my brother's a lawyer, like how are we gonna do that? Um, and I think it's really interesting. So like how have you guys, I guess in more recent years, especially Nomad, like you work with your family, like how are you navigating that sort of change in relationship as we get older?
So that's kind of the funny thing. My parents, when it comes to decisions, especially again, my mother, I should put out there, there has always been a very traditional style dynamic of my family, which is wild because my mother is not even remotely a traditional, like, she's not a trad wife or anything. My mom, my mom was one of the people who marched in all of the goddamn protests, burned her bra, I'm not
Mm.
sure she wasn't at the "I have a dream" speech. Like, I could believe my mother was in that crowd because that's the woman she is. But they have a very traditional dynamic where mom stayed home, raised the kids. She only ended up getting a job because, again, we weren't well off, and my brother needed braces. And it was one of those, shit, we cannot afford this. All right, I guess I'm going to get a job. Fun fact, in accounting. Um,
Oh God. Oh
my
God.
dad, yeah, my dad has always kind of been the quote breadwinner unquote, but my mom has handled the family finances and she is still extremely sharp. She doesn't really let anybody, like, we talk about, what they want done. I am unfortunately the executor to both of my parents' wills
Oh
after
God.
them. So
Hmm.
if
Hmm.
my father dies before my mom, she handles his estate. If
Hmm.
he dies before her, she handles his estate and vice versa. Um, and then whoever's left, I handle that. And or if God forbid something happens to both of them at the same time,
Yeah.
I handle the estate entirely. So I mean, we've had to have the tough conversations of this is what we want done with the house. This is what we want done with the
Hmm.
assets. You need to know about these accounts and how they get split up. Um, there are one or two pieces of jewelry that are very specific. My mom has a ring and she's like, it's got 3 bands and 3 stones. I want you to separate it. You take one, your brother takes one, your sister takes one. Um, there is one ring, and I love my mother. She was so uncomfortable even having this conversation with me. But my
Oh
mom's
God.
engagement, no, it was very sweet because I understand where her head was at. But my mom's engagement ring is actually a family heirloom from her side. Um,
Hmm.
and if you looked at it, you would not think it's anything. It is a gold band with a simple ruby in it. That's
Mhm.
all. There's no diamonds. It's not some big chunk. It's like literally a thin gold band. But my mom pulled me aside and was like, "You need to keep this because it comes from this side of the family." And this was the ring that her great aunt had pawned or her aunt actually, because my mother's age. Her aunt had pawned the stone during the Great Depression so the family could eat. And
Hmm.
the whole thing was one day she gave it to my mom, and one day you're gonna meet a guy who's gonna put a stone back in this, and that turned out to be my dad. But she was very
That's
much like,
fucking
"You-"
so sweet. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, he stole it out of their safety deposit box without her knowing, took it to a jeweler, and she opened up on Christmas a box of just like random like underwear or something that he had gotten her, because everybody gets underwear for Christmas. That's just the rule. And she was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, hey, this is lovely, but why did you put it in?" And then she starts moving things, and she sees the box, and she's like, "Oh, he got me jewelry. Haha, that's so fun." And then she opened it. I needed
Wow.
a stopwatch, like an accurate like Olympic accurate stopwatch to time my mother going from normal to full breakdown emotional tears because she is holding this ring with the stone back in it. And
Bro.
my mother is not a
Papa
religious.
Nomad. Oh my
He-
god.
I know.
My
Wow.
dad gives good
Crazy.
gifts. My
I
dad
know,
is
I-
good at giving gifts.
I know where you
Woo!
get your charm from now, bro. Jesus.
He is a very good gift giver. I should be consulting him more because God, it's so hard to find good gifts, and my dad is very good at it.
Yeah. Damn.
But-
that's actually that's like a Hallmark movie romantic.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
My mother is not a religious person, and she was looking up, holding this thing, going, "Somebody finally replaced it," like she was talking to her aunt. It was insane.
Wow.
But
Wow. Man, that really raises the stakes for you when it comes to proposal time. I'm gonna be real honest.
you better hit them more.
This wasn't even their proposal. I had to be 19 or 20 at the time. Because
Oh,
they
it was
could-
it
he
was
could
like
never-
post marriage.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
could
yeah.
never have afforded it when they first got together. But when my dad he'd gotten some promotions, we were much more comfortable. They are very comfortable now.
Yeah.
My dad had actually made good. He made VP at a couple different companies, and then when he went off to start his brokerage, and I joined him with that, we were doing quite well. But this was like when I was 19 or 20, and that's like my mom was. No, this needs to stay with you because it's family, and I don't even like saying
Wow.
this. And I understand, I respect that, but no,
Would-
for the most part, the decisions stay with her. She's
Oh, will the ring go to your sister, or will it go to
me.
who knows? Oh, the
No,
favorite child. There.
No,
well,
no, it's because of bloodlines. Because my mom was like, I even hate saying
okay,
this, but
that makes
because
sense.
because this came from my side, and because you are the
Mhm,
only
mhm.
one, it has to stay
Yeah.
with you.
Damn.
My mom is no, God, no. Most of the jewelry is probably going to my sister.
Yeah.
In fact, some of it already has, because my mom's like, I don't fucking wear this. Take it. The only thing my mom can't give my sister is her clothing, because my sister's like half a foot taller than my mom.
So no, man. When are we expecting a Ruby engagement of sorts?
First of all, she's not rubies. She would be emeralds or diamonds. And second of
Oh,
all,
oh,
really? Fucking
Yeah, bro.
really?
Yeah, bro. Why do you think we did this podcast? It's all an elaborate way to ask. her
Exactly.
I could believe that.
Public.
I know you can hear me.
Eris put us up to this, and this is actually her telling you you've got 1 year or you're done.
If it makes everyone feel better, conversations have already been had with certain people.
Hey,
So
oh,
yeah.
oh.
there's
There-
no question. It's been well over a bunch of years. Come on.
I mean, I just want to go so I can object. Like, that's really all I want to be there
If you
for.
don't show up in the full slutty wedding dress, I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
actually be angry. I
Oh.
need you to know. I need you to know.
Lunging neckline, like all the way down to the happy trail.
Navel.
Like,
Oh, no, I want a little hair popping out the top.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Hold
that's a
on.
hot
I need to clear this
shit.
up. No, legally speaking, Eris and I are not married yet. We act like an old married couple. We're effectively everywhere but the paper, but we are not legally married. Which is good for her, because if I died tomorrow, all my student loan debt, she doesn't have to touch it.
Fair. Fuck student loan debt.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh man, what a cute story.
Yeah.
What about you, Vogue? How are you navigating, especially with your parents moving so close, man? Like, how are you navigating
Oh, time for me to run away. You looking for a roommate, Dom?
that? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let me
Okay,
let me pass that through my partner about taking on a third. I think it's probably gonna be a no,
So-
but I'll ask.
So for context, my parents at the beginning of the year, I don't know, sometime within the last year, decided to move from literally not halfway across the world, the other side of the world to 10 minutes away from me. And it has been an adjustment. For sure, because they like to stop by randomly, even though I say I do not stop by randomly. They like to ask for so many things. Can you drive me to the mechanic? Can you drive me to the airport? Can you drive me to the metro? Actually, tomorrow morning I gotta drive them to the metro. You know, can you do this? Can you? Oh, I'm scared of the freeway. Which, to be fair, LA freeways are scary. Can you sit and teach me how to, you know, drive in the freeway from this point to this point? Which, you know, I think that's the craziest thing about something I've realized about when you get older is like skills that you had, right? That were like you could just handle no matter what. As you got older, like you get in your own head. You don't have the same eyesight that you used to have. You don't have the same kind of motor skills, and everything becomes just so much more difficult. And I think specifically around driving that I've really seen that around both, you know, my parents and their relatives. It's been a struggle for them as they get older. But yeah, it's been something. It's been an adjustment, and to be fair, I do love them, and I do love doing things for them. I say through gritted teeth. It's just, you know, the consistency in how often I need to do things for them, or how often I need to see them and or talk to them, where I'm just like, hey, do you remember those 10 years where you didn't talk to me? You know? But, you know, it is an adjustment. Holy cow. It is an adjustment. But at the same time, I'm also like happy to be doing a lot of it because like, not only, okay, the reason they moved back here to the West isn't necessarily by choice. It's because they couldn't extend their visa and or PR residents where they were. They're American citizens. So most of their community, their friends, their loved ones, people that are really supportive and they've grown used to and comfortable with, are back there. And so they've been forced to move back here, which is, you know, is a weird thing to say considering the current political climate. But you know, not really having any of your support system, especially when you're that old, is difficult. Trying to rebuild community when you're this age is really challenging. So I am happy to help where I can. Just, you know, do with a little less phone calls and random door knocks and stuff like that, you know? Just a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I love my parents. A random door knock, I would be like, if you ever fucking do this again, like I'm dead to you. Like don't come knocking randomly. Like text me. Hey, you free? The list of people who can randomly door knock and be let in is like 2 people long.
There was only one time when I was living still in New Jersey that my parents did that to me, and it was because I would go over to theirs and work because it was just easier if like I had a question or if my dad and I were like, you know, coming up with a sales plan or something. It was just easier to be there, turn around and go, hey, what do you think? And I was super late for work one day because I don't know what happened the night before, but I slept in and I didn't wake up until like 11 on a Thursday. And they called, they texted, and they finally got worried enough that I woke up at 11:30 to my father coming through my front door going, are you still fucking breathing? I was like, oh.
Jesus. Oh, that's wild.
I'm just so glad it was only my dad because I own a few firearms for self-defense, and I usually kept one in a small safe next to my bed, and I heard somebody come through the door and immediately open that safe, and then I heard my dad's voice. I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God he announced himself. That I can't explain that at the next Thanksgiving.
Oh, hey, mom, about that.
About that executor of will thing.
That's the word. Well,
fucking dark.
My mother is a staunch pacifist and very anti-firearm too. So I mean,
yeah,
it would have been a really awkward moment.
That would be a real "I told you so" for like every element of your life. Oh man. That's so interesting. Like yeah. Man, getting older and watching my parents get older is like, you know, I don't even like when I wrote this, I was like, God, what the fuck am I gonna talk about for this? Because like I'm still sort of working out my emotions around it. My dad's
Mm.
in his 70s. He got a hip replacement a couple years ago, and like it's so strange because like he's always been like such a solid like man. And it's like I'm now seeing him like get old.
Mhm.
And it's like, I was back there for Christmas and like he was up on a ladder and I was like, Dad, I was like, please don't do this. Like, you're 70 years old. Like, let me get up on the ladder and like do this lifting and move this stuff. Like, I'm young, I'm in my 30s. Like, he still like lifts and moves furniture. And I'm like, dude, you're like one bad back throw out away from like something terrible. It's interesting too, like, professionally, like I've obviously had a good deal of success. And so my dad and I talk about like I deal with a lot of the things he dealt with back then. And it's really strange because like we now talk to each other more as peers. And that's a really interesting dynamic to navigate. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, like him, like, when I was younger, my father is, a brilliant man. Like he's intelligent. His EQ is way higher than mine. He's a very quiet sort of thinking man. We recently have a conversation where I was like, yeah, what about this? And he was like, I had never thought of that. Like, that's a solution I would have never came to, but like that probably would have worked really well. And I was like, oh shit, like I may actually be teaching him some things now. And it's crazy. Same with technology, right? Like, man, my parents, like, yeah, they just like they don't understand technology anymore. Like I set up my dad's new laptop and he uses Microsoft Edge and I'm like, Dad, please don't.
Oh.
Like please don't use Edge. And he's like, I don't understand. He's like, it's all the same. And I'm like, no, it's different. And we're gonna make you a Chrome user. And there's no discussion about this. But it's weird because he obviously worked in IT. Like he set up really complex SAP ERP systems. Like guy was like on the cutting edge of technology like 30 years ago, and none of that is relevant anymore. Man, also I will say like a lot of hard conversations. My dad handles all the money. Like my mom, she took care of the kids, so the thought is that now like she gets to rest and he takes on everything. But like God, my mother does not know the value of a dollar bill, and like that is a problem. We recently had to have a discussion with her about overspending on the credit card. And oh man, was that not a fun discussion to have with my mother? Because she's like, well, it's our money. I was like, yes, but like a $13,000 credit card bill is not acceptable. Yeah. Like she went to Japan. Last year, Vog and I went to Japan for 10 days. I think it was like it was like two grand each, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
My mother went to Japan for 10 days and it was $14,000.
Hi.
And I was like, what are you doing to spend all this money? And like, we had to have that conversation. Like, my dad is 8 years older than my mom. He's in worse health. Like my dad and I recently had the conversation with her. Like, well, when dad passes, like I'm gonna take control of the money. And that was not a fun conversation to have with my mother.
I can imagine so.
Yeah. I'll also say like my parents recently met my partner. And I had like, so my partner is TM, just like the loveliest human. But I prepped them. I was like, hey guys, like I'm allowing you to do this, like be on your best fucking behavior. And like if you say some shit that's off the cuff, I'm gonna cut you out. Like we FaceTimed in, so I was like, I will literally hang up. Like I will hang up in a heartbeat, and you will not get this opportunity again. They were very good. I actually think they are actually really, really happy with the partner I've chosen, and so very blessed about that. But man, was that like me being like, if you guys can fucking behave like real humans, we can do this. If you can't, like, you'll just never meet this human, and that's just how it is. Yeah, but man, I think also like it's hard because I guess Nomad, like you talk to your, do you see your parents every day or just talk to them?
No, no, no. So they still live in New Jersey.
Mhm.
I try to visit as much as I can, but unfortunately, life is
Yeah,
life.
it's like 2 or 3 times a
Mm.
year max.
No, no, no. It's more than that. It's more than that.
Oh, damn, good son.
Well, partially because when it comes to things like sales trips and or bigger meetings, there's certain conventions that we do every year that
Mhm.
we both need to be at. So I still see them a lot, but I also do know like my dad in his perfect, leave it to beaver styled, life. None of us would have lived more than about an hour away. We would come by every weekend, we could all watch football. That was never going to be the case. New Jersey's disgustingly expensive these days, but I do try to see them as often as possible because I do know as time goes by, it's that time becomes more and more valuable and precious. And like you said, Dom, the health is what kind of hit me the most. Last
Yeah.
year, my dad got put in the hospital for uh, he was in for a normal checkup, and their GP is fantastic. I love that woman.
Mhm.
I still call her for a lot of my stuff because I still have yet to find a good GP up here. And
Impossible.
my
It's
dad, yeah,
impossible.
Hmm.
my dad went in for an appointment. She was listening to his heart and said, "I need to take a different reading." And she did. She hooked up some machine. Goes, "Okay, so this is going to sound silly, but we're going to call you an ambulance and take you to the hospital, like the big, like with an emergency room and all that hospital next door,
Ooh.
because your heart's out of rhythm."
Oh,
And
Jesus.
20 minutes later, I'm getting a phone call from my mother, and she's trying to couch it in. No, everything's fine because it was
Oh, like
they
they
brought him
do.
in.
Like they do.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
They brought him in. They shocked him to get him back into rhythm. He was fine, but they were going to keep him overnight. And my mother, God love her, is going this whole, "No, he's fine, but do you mind coming down so you can walk the dog?" And I was like, "Okay,
Ooh.
sure, the dog,
Yeah.
gotcha."
Yeah, that's my main. I know. My mother went to surgery early this week. She had like a horrible infection in her mouth. And my dad told me like 4 days later, he's like, "Oh, by the way, like your mother's back from the hospital." And I was like, "Fucking what?" Like,
They've done that to me.
Jesus.
They've done that
yeah.
to me once or twice. My mom my mom was having an elevated heart rate. As it turned out, it was she had drank too much caffeine, but she woke up
Classic.
at like 3 in the morning, just and I get a phone call like 12 hours later, like, "Yeah, just so you know, your mom was in the hospital. Don't worry." And this is a woman who's had two different, not even scares, but actual episodes with breast cancer. And I'm sitting there going, "The fuck do you mean you're telling me 12 hours later?"
Yeah, come on, man. Shoot me a text message. Like,
Like, I understand if it's
oh,
like, don't come to the hospital because, it was kind of middle, like, COVID era. So getting in and out of a hospital was not easy. But
yeah.
still,
Shoot me a
shit.
text message, bro. Oh man, that's wild. Well, look, I have one more question before we wrap, and I think it's a little bit interesting because this is something I actually was speaking with my partner about maybe a couple weeks ago, and that is, it sounds like we all have parents, or at least people who raised us, who are still together. Um, and those marriages have lasted a long time. I know my parents just hit 35 years. Fog, I'm sure yours are somewhere around there. Nomad, it sounds like
Mhm.
yours are probably somewhere around there as
Closing in on
well.
40. They,
Yeah.
they're,
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah.
So I think all of our parents have successful relationships. Um, but also I think, at least for me, as I look at my parents and their relationship, I think, okay, these people love each other, but this is maybe not the kind of relationship I want to have. Or
Ooh.
there are some aspects of this relationship that I want to be different for me. And
Mhm.
so, what have you learned from watching your parents' relationships that has sort of built how you approach love or relationships or the way you treat your partners?
How to
I'm
ha-
very happy to go first because I think about this all the time. If you guys need a little bit of time.
Oh, no, because I think I've got mine in as well. Because my
All right, let's
parents.
let's make Vog go first then because he's not ready. No, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah,
I
get put on
I
the
kind of
spot.
I kind of think I do. Okay, so as much as I give them credit and I hate them for it, my parents are each other's first ever partner. First date, maybe not first date. First boyfriend, girlfriend. It just worked from the get-go, and I don't know how I did it. I can't make things last more than 3 years at this point. And that's not a dig at me. No, I'm never the problem. Never the problem. So
I'm fucking wonderful.
Exactly.
I'm amazing.
It's
Everyone
not
around me
me.
just sucks a little
It's
bit.
you.
Oh my god.
Oh god. But they've made it work. And I think it's really crazy because it's like they're like a puzzle piece that completed each other, and for some reason it's like amazing and they love each other. But in terms of like having grown up and watched their relationship, then things that I don't necessarily agree with is, like I said earlier, they're very like conservative. They're very traditionalist in the way that they are. Man goes out and earns the money, woman stays home, raises the kids. Part of like some of the conservative things, my dad will say that I'm just like, oh gosh, I don't think you can say that anymore. Is like, oh, your mom didn't used to say things back to me, and now she does.
Jesus.
And I don't know if I like that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Jesus.
Yeah. So there's moments where I'm just like, oh, hey, like, because I've had a lot of talks with my mom, and I feel like somewhere in the marriage, somewhere in the relationship, she lost like her own identity in a way, and she just became my dad's wife, right? And there was a part, there were a good many years where as my dad's mom was like, alone after my dad's dad passed away, where like she would come visit them for like 6 months or like 4 months, to stay with them, not to be alone, those kind of things. And there's some part of me as a grown-up now that kind of understands that my dad's mom just saw my mom as her grandkid's mother, and therefore the caretaker, and therefore kind of the servant. And my mom just kind of like dutifully took care of her in her later years, even though she was not very kind to her. And that's something that I never necessarily agreed with. I remember a few years ago, so my parents were still living in Asia, and they wanted to visit during the holidays. And I'm like, hey, I know you guys really want to visit during the holidays, but I have like a big show that I do during the holidays. And I will have no time. I'll just be working like crazy. Can you like come a little later, maybe like right after the holidays? And I'll have more time to spend with you, because I don't want you to just come here and me not be able to spend any time with you. And my mom was like, no, I want to like, help take care of you while you're working really hard. I want to like cook meals and stuff like that. And I was like, but I don't want you to just serve me. And that was such a foreign concept to her.
Mm-hmm.
And because maybe it's like the difference between Western and Eastern mentalities, but it's like, I want to, if you're going to make the trip across the globe to come see me, I want to make sure that I have time to spend with you. You know what I mean?
like quality time spent together.
Yeah. But I think that's one of the things that I would not want. I don't need the traditional like format of what a relationship is. I don't want people to be stuck to their roles. I want people to be people outside of just their relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really important to me, because like if you have something that you are passionate about, that you want to go for it. You don't have to worry about me, And I think a relationship will support each other. Yeah.
It is worth saying, like, I don't think this is a knock on any of our parents or their relationships. Like, let's keep in mind they were born in a different generation, a different place. Like, even we are sort of like between generations. Like, the way relationships work and operate evolve as time goes. And like, thank God they have, and we think it's great. But like, yeah, I definitely like. I think especially like the East-West mentality, like. I sort of see where you're coming from with that.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Nomad?
See, that's so interesting to me because I grew up very differently where while the traditional roles were there, my mom never, ever lost my mom will look at my dad and go, because, fun fact, my dad, who is now very much he will call himself a real Republican. He's very liberal. This guy worked on the Nixon and Reagan campaigns when he was young, and he's like, no, but I still believe in a lot of things that the Republican Party believes. Like, homie, I know how you voted in the last 3 elections. I know what you vote for on everything because you tell me. It's okay to admit you've changed.
Well, or to some extent that politics have changed.
That's also probably true.
Yeah.
But even before politics in this country got to be what the fuck they are, my mom would get in my dad's face about things, and you know what I think, and my mom would look. I think you're a fucking idiot for thinking that, but hey, I still love you. And like, she never lost herself, and my dad never lost it. Like they learned how to work together. They learned how to complement each other, and I would never want Eris to become a different person than she is now, because then she wouldn't be Eris. And I would hope, and I think I'm right in saying this, she doesn't want me to become somebody different because then I wouldn't be Nomad.
Yeah.
That level of keeping what makes you you, and also honestly, sometimes it's nice to just have little hobbies. Like Eris is big into journaling. Eris is big into. She used to a lot more do coloring books, but now it's cozy games have kind of replaced that.
Ooh, that's a vibe.
Her, right? That's her little world, and I almost don't want to intrude on that because she needs that space for her. Just like
Yeah.
she doesn't try to intrude on my. I go out and I hike for 6-8 hours a day, and she's tried to join. I was like, yeah, I'll come with you one time, and we got about an hour and a half in. She's like, you do this for fun?
Yeah,
I'm like,
bro,
yeah,
no
right?
way. I'd be at the end at the wine bar. Like, yeah, man, I'll meet you in a couple hours.
Oh yeah, she tried once or twice. God bless her, but I've always respected that they kept their personalities, and they didn't, one didn't become just a wife or a husband. I think the other thing that I've taken from my family, especially my parents, and again, I'm not saying this to shit on my parents. My parents have a nearly 40-year marriage. It has been very successful. They raised 3 kids. They own their own home. It is now debt-free. 3 kids all went to college. I hate saying it this way, but of my entire family right now, my parents are kind of the most successful variant. Unfortunately, both my uncles on my mother's side have lost children not to disease but to bad decision making and or mental illness. On my dad's side, none of them had children, so it's very weird. But I look at my parents as a successful relationship, but with a few things I don't want. My parents, when they argue, they go arguing. It can be a lot sometimes, especially as a little kid when I'm listening to my parents yelling at each other at the top of their lungs. Neither of them would ever raise a hand or anything, but they argued, and that's something I look at. I'm like, I don't want that. Like Eris and I have disagreements all the time. No good relationship is so perfect that it's everything is sunshine and roses. No, we have our disagreements. We have our arguments. But I think both of us, having grown up in those kind of households, we do our level best to never raise our voices at each other. We do our level best to, hey, this is starting to get to a point where I'm going to walk away, and then we'll come back to this in 15 minutes when we both gotten away from those emotions, so that hopefully we don't get after each other. There's a difference between arguing and making it personal. And as long as we don't make it personal, we can disagree, we can have a proper discussion, everything will be golden. But the key is, and I again, it's from watching my parents. I never want to get to that point where the two of us are screaming at the top of our lungs at each other, because that's That's not healthy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And for better or for worse, I did learn that from my parents.
Yeah. And you know, I think it's like something that is valuable is, you know, like I don't think there's such a thing as a perfect relationship. I think if that thing does exist, it's different for each person, right? And so like, yeah, like all of our parents have had very successful marriages, but like, man, my parents, they've been married for 35 years. Like they'll never get divorced. Like, but when I see them interact on like a daily basis, and of course, you know, they've been together for like almost 40 years at this point. The way they talk to each other, it just like sometimes I'm like, if I did not know you were married, like I would not know you two ever loved each other. Like I feel like and part of it is like the people they are like, you know, my dad is, you know, my family's all stubborn people. Like I think that's part of the reason that we've sort of all been relatively successful. But like my mom takes it to another level, and so does my dad. Like my father has snored for like 35 years, and I'm talking like house shaking snores. Like
my mom
like
does the same thing.
yeah, and it's like I can hear it rooms away. And my mother for literally 30 years has been like, fix your fucking snoring, like fix your goddamn snoring. Like I can't sleep, you wake me up at night. And he hasn't done shit about it. And it's just like sometimes I guess when I approach my relationships, like the way I treat my partner, I always try to show her a lot of affection. And like even when we like fight or argue, like I try to speak to her, like I always try to find something good. Because like this is my partner, like I'm with this person for a reason, and it's because she's incredible. But like I think what I learned from, like, I never want to be in a relationship where it feels like that love is not there. And like the way I
Mm.
express it is like, you know, words of affirmation, but also like I try to be super supportive of my partner's interests. Like, you know, anything she's passionate about or doing, like I'm 100% on board with. Like I will be the biggest advocate. Like I'll help. You know, you want to write a book, I'll help edit it. Like you want to change your job, like let me make some introductions for you. Like I'm always trying to really like support that, but also like every morning I text her like good morning. And I think it's just one of those things where it's like it seems like a small dumb thing, but to me like speaking to each other with that sort of like affection is really like something I must have. Like I don't want to, I don't ever want to get to like old married bickering status. Like let's keep that
Hmm.
love in, like let's keep that affection in, and like, you know, let's like do cute dates. Like my parents, they don't date anymore. Like they go to dinner, but I'm like, oh no, let's like do like a weekly date. Like let's like, I don't know, go pick apples or like something dumb, right? But like as long as it's the person you like, it's special and it's fun. And so yeah, I think for me it's like I never want to I never want to be combative. Like I want people to like in like 30 years be like, wow, like those people have been together for 30 years, but like they still really fucking like each other. And part of that is also like letting your partner have space, right? Like
Hmm.
kind of like you said, Nomad, like this is a huge thing. It's like let's do our own things together or separately. Like I think spending time doing things separately together is like something that's so important to me. Um yeah, like my partner will be like doing art or something, and like we'll just be like vibing together. Like I'll be doing my own thing. I think that's so important. I think my parents have lost the ability to do that. Like my dad will watch football and my mom will be like, turn this shit off, like let's go watch Survivor. And I'm like, you could probably do both. Like um well, damn, guys, we are at I think an hour and a half, 2.5 hours. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know Vogue, and I don't know who else is doing this, but like you have something
All
soon.
of us.
Yeah.
All of us
We're
are
all
doing
going
it,
somewhere
as it now
else.
turns out.
Let's take 5 minutes. Let's talk about like what we're working on right now or what's next. And then I'm gonna share a little thing that I'm gonna be doing. So why don't you guys start? Talk about like what's going on, what's coming up for you.
Well,
Mm, Go for it.
sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Go.
No, you go.
For
No,
the
you go
next-
first.
Jesus Christ! For the next couple weeks, everything's very normal for me. Audio's coming out when they come out. The end of the month is the big rebrand. Well, rebrand-ish. But with that is coming a brand new series world, which you have the lovely artists known as Pally and Korax to thank. You motherfuckers putting more fucking work on my fucking plate. Anywho, but that's coming at the end of the month, along with the return of a very beloved character who has not been seen for a little bit, but he is coming back as well. So be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, it's business as usual over in Nomad's Land.
Nice.
Nice. Announcements. In like 20 minutes, the three of us are going to be joined by 6 other people for a round of quiz poker over on my channel. Quiz poker is again created by none other than Aries. I don't know if Aries is still here at the moment, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of craziness. We're gonna be joined by Pally, Scrub, Rev, Shizu, Eris, and Dade. And so we'll see you at 1 p.m. Aside from that, audios and stuff, I still have one more announcement to make when I am ready. It's getting there. But
I'm so
yeah.
excited. I'm so excited
Hell
for this
yeah.
announcement, bro.
Mhm.
Oof.
I heard a little bit of it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's
Hell
really
yeah.
good. Yeah, guys. So this is my first step into content creation. I appreciate you guys all coming to our channel. We're gonna continue this podcast on a bi-weekly basis, so every other week, so twice a month. I always get confused what the fuck bi-weekly means, but it's twice a month. It'll be this time on Saturdays. We're gonna try to keep the schedule
Sundays.
relatively. Yep, Sundays.
Sunday.
We're gonna keep this relatively consistent. So look for us here. I'm gonna upload this on YouTube. We might do like the social media thing. I should probably do that. If and when I do, I'll post that. But this channel is also gonna be home to a couple other things. So those of you who follow Vogue know that on his 24-hour stream, I promised to do horror streams. And I'm going to do that on this channel. So look at that starting, I think, next Saturday, right, Vogue?
I think let's check out the calendar before I say anything.
Okay. We'll be starting
wrote
that
down.
soon. Look for announcements on Vogue's channel for that. And then
Yep, 10 a.m. on Saturday.
Perfect. And then I want you guys to know I am planning to launch a one-on-one interview series. Something like this where we talk about deep topics, but it's going to be very personal, very intimate, with some of our favorite creators. And I don't know if I want to dangle my first guest yet. But I'm super excited to have this person on because as I talk to the creator community that we know, everyone told me you have to have this person on first. So I think I'm actually just gonna tease it. I'm gonna tease it there, but it'll be new background, new everything. And those we're still working on our schedule, but those are gonna be also on this channel. So if you guys follow, I'm going for affiliate so that I can put cool channel things in. So I have to do a couple more streams a month. So we're gonna do that. But yeah, just looking forward to taking this journey with you guys.
Also, I know that my community voted on the horror game that Dom is supposed to play. I vetoed that because it's not scary enough. So we're going into Resident Evil Biohazard.
Yep.
He's
Yes.
gonna love himself.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. Yep. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. We'll put this VOD up on the YouTube channel. You can find it underneath. But yeah, just want to say, we really appreciate your support, guys. Thank you for coming. We're all really excited about doing this. So yeah, thanks for taking this journey with us. And I'll let you two sign off as well.
All right. We gotta get the hell out of here,
Bye.
and we'll see you in like 20 minutes. Over
Yeah.
Bye,
online.
friends.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on the podcast. I hope that you stick around for the VOD somewhere on the YouTube channel, or are you going to record the VOD here as well?
Yeah. I mean,
Or, like, leave it up?
We'll talk about
Twitch
it. I have no
automatically.
idea how this works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay. Bye, friends.
Bye.